One. Hello, everyone. Instead of Plaguebound, we're going to be doing Monsters and Margaritas and Monsters. Unfortunately, last night I drank all my margaritas.
Oh, how's that headache, by the way?
It's not that bad. It's there,
Okay.
but it's not horrible. Hey, Mr. Creepy, how are you? I apologize. We're not going to be doing Plaguebound today. I know we talked about it this morning, but we had a player that had an emergency, and unfortunately, one of our players is at a convention this week. So 2 players down, only 4 players total. We'll skip this week. And next week we're skipping because I'll be at a con. So instead we're going to do what we call Margaritas and Monsters. It's a new segment that I started. Skrat's coming in to help me, which I appreciate, Skrat. Welcome.
Yeah.
And basically we're making monsters for Plaguebound. And right now, most of the monsters I'm creating are copyright-free myths and legends from other different cultures. The one we're gonna start with is, how would you say that, Scrat? Sazabonsum?
Which one are we on? Oh, the monkey dude.
The monkey dude, yeah.
Sasabonsum. Sasabonsam?
That's
Is that the actual name, or is that what you made up?
Yeah, that's the actual name.
Oh, well, let's just go look it up. Dun, 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 dun. Pronounce this word. Let's see.
How to pronounce
Sasabonsum.
Sasabonsum. Okay.
Yep, Sasabonsum.
Sasabonsum. So this creature is a African-driven creature. It is supposed to be vampiric, so it drinks blood, which again doesn't surprise me. As we talked before the stream started, it doesn't surprise me with so many malaria and so many other blood-borne viruses in Africa. It doesn't surprise me that they have legends of creatures who cause that type of stuff. All right, I figured he'd be a level 5. What do you think? I know he looks dangerous, but
how dangerous is level 5?
I mean, there's only 10 levels in the game, so
about halfway.
Fairly dangerous. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to put a level 1 group against them by themselves.
Yeah. Now, are these, not that they'll travel in packs, but is it going to be like, oh, we found one of these things, that's a super rare thing, or is it like, no,
Legends says it's kind of solitary.
So, but they'll come across multiples of them, just not in packs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it's more singular, once in a game thing, then you'd want to bump it up. But if they're bound to come across a couple of them, 5's probably good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so I need to open up. Monster notes. Open a new tab. So I have these handy dandy notes, which I should probably include in the book somewhere. For creating monsters at particular levels. Now, I don't follow these rules 100%. Like sometimes
a true GM.
Sometimes I'll be like, okay, it's level 5, but this thing's more magical than it is physical. So I might bump it up its power to level 6 to compensate with the thought process that I would have explained this a lot more last night. I was pretty out of it.
You were towards the end.
Let's roll his health. And that is a crappy health, but it is what the dice rolled. 18. He is not very dangerous as far as health-wise. Let's bump up his pool points to counteract that then. Because if he's not dangerous health-wise, he needs to be dangerous. Okay, I'm not rolling anymore.
You don't just want to take the average and
Yeah, I should. But do you want to calculate out the average? I don't.
I mean, I'm sure there's a website somewhere. You just put it.
Dice formula average. Dice average. Dice average calculator. Oh yeah, so you have to put the number of dice, and it only does which type. Only does d6s. Dice calculator. Oh, you know what might do it?
Any dice.
Any
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
Output. So we calculate it, and then we go summary. Is it? Yeah, it's mean is the average, right?
Mhm.
That would be 11 on the power. And then just because I know I'm going to do this in the book because I did it in Ironbound, I'll put the stats like that. And we'll do the same thing with his health. We'll do an average.
I'll say that is the one thing I like about 5e and their little monster blocks they have. They'll just say this HP.
26.5, so we'll do 27.
They'll have the HP, and then parentheses they'll have the dice they used to get that.
I think they do it the other way. I think they do it the dice to get it, and then parentheses average, if I remember correctly.
Well, whichever. I like how it shows both.
Yeah, and I do that in Ironbound, but I've been lazy with this one. Average damage is just strictly an average damage. This is the average damage die I would expect him to do. He has damage bonus of 7. So he has a +7 to all of his attacks. I don't need that anymore since we're using average dice. He's a 9 to hit, which is fairly tough, as Skrat knows. And damage reduction of 8. So he takes 8 defense, and he has how many powers? Okay, here's the fun part. We need to come up with 4 powers for this guy. Vampiric
Well,
Bite, of course, right?
Let's say he's got to have some. I was thinking he could be lower on the HP side, but like everything he does regenerates him, so you gotta hit him down
That's
fast.
cool.
Yeah.
We could do 1d12 plus 1, and that would lower it by quite a bit.
And maybe whatever doesn't regenerate him just makes you bleed. So like you take continuous damage.
That would make him 20. So he could have a regeneration that every round. What counteracts that though? Like like trolls have fire. Like, what do you think would be a counteraction for that? Holy damage.
Well, if he's got the low HP, I'm thinking you just have to burst damage. Like that's how you overcome it. Kind of like
every round he does 1d6 points of HP recovery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or his moves when he hits you with something, he takes some back or stuff like that.
Oh, let's do this. Vampiric regeneration. Every time he uses it uses it should be generic with this. Every time it uses the vampiric bite, vampiric bite, it recovers. Typing on stream is so annoying. Recovers 1.6 hit points. No, I did not want to use AI. Thank you. Go away. The vampiric bite is simply a bite attack that does 1d8 points of damage. Oh, physical damage. This guy has to have some kind of climb capability.
Oh yeah. Speed isn't really a thing in Ironbound.
Right. Yeah, it is. Well, no, not anymore. Because I got rid of movement. But there's still climb.
Well, I was thinking, something that just got them moving around in the turn order faster or something, but that doesn't really work.
No, I don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
I could copy something that I could kind of like Dragonbane does something where you can like save your initiative or you can draw 2 cards and pick the highest.
Mm.
But it's annoying. God, this guy is he's got to have hardened skin with those spikes growing out of him. Hardened spike attack. Of course, I'll find a fancy way of naming that, but basically it does 1d10 points of physical damage with bones, hardened bone spikes. So those elbow things can actually do damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3. He has 1 more ability. Now he has a standard attack, obviously. Put that in. Oh, just claws. Claws do 2d6 points of damage. Physical damage. I spelled physical wrong because I do it all the time. You know how much of a pain that is writing a book that uses physical all the time when you spell it wrong every single time almost.
What if there was a way, because it would kind of give him a range, like sometimes it could be easier than others. You could roll for a number of attacks he does in one go, and then his vampiric regeneration thing is he regenerates X amount per attack. Or would that be too much?
Might be too much to. It might be too much for Ironbound system. Not that because you kind of want it quick and fast.
Yeah.
Now you're adding a complexity to that battle structure.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of Ironbound is that it's quick and fast transportation. What if we gave him like a unholy blast of some sort? Because I feel like he's undead. What do you think?
Just spits all over you.
Unholy blast. And this can do his max damage, which is the 1d12. It does 1d12 arcane damage. And all of this gets the +7 damage bonus. So you're really getting 1d10 +7, 1d8 +7, 1d12 +7. So that's
Can
where
can we add his damage bonus to his regeneration?
Can if you want.
Dang, you gotta get that burst damage.
All right. So this guy's kind of done. Ape-like being that is a vampiric entity that feeds off people who wander in the forest. All right. So now we have this little guy, Puckwitch. Puckwitch is a goblin-like creature. Pukwudgie, yeah, Pukwudgie is a goblin-like creature that lurks in the forest. They transform into animals and use mysterious ways to make for their own good.
Sounds like Skrats.
Legends even suggest they can lure people to their death.
Yeah.
So I figured these guys would be a level 3, not super hard. If you're looking for more creatures, I have a cryptids in my game. Let me know if you are looking for, and I can go through my list and help you find it for your game. Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you, Mr. Creepy.
Mr. Creepy's the one that just joined Discord, isn't he?
Yeah, he just joined Discord.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he just joined the community. So
Also, I've been reading the chat backwards. I thought the newest one was on the bottom. I was very confused.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I accidentally switched it, and now I can't seem to switch it back.
Oops.
I think I know how to fix it. I just didn't fix it right now. All right, so level 3. Let's take his average. 2d10 plus 6. His average for his health will be, calculate, 17.
Dang, I was guessing 15. I was close.
So 2d6, and then his power pool will keep the same at 1d8. 1d8 plus 2. His average for that would be 7. I'm rounding up. His average damage is 1d8, so he does a 1d8. So his average damage is kind of like his power die.
Hmm.
I got that sun coming in from the far side. It's messing up my camera. I don't like it. Might need to get a new curtain for that side. He does a damage bonus of 5. So he has a damage bonus of 5. His target number is 8. His damage reduction, I think he's weaker, so he's going to be a 5. And then his abilities, he has 3 abilities. All right. So the first one is going to be shapeshifting, because he can shapeshift. Animal shapeshift.
This very much is just a Skrat mythical thing. It really is. Where's he from? The Pukwudgie?
He was from, I think he was not that one. I think he was from the Scandinavian.
Oh, that's where Skrat came from.
A creature of Prince Edward Island area. So actually, it's a Native American. It looks like.
Ooh.
So that's cool.
Say the wiki page for Skrat used to just be like one paragraph, and it was a Scandinavian one, and now they got a whole bunch of different versions. Like there's a German one and everything else. They're all pretty similar, but the Scandinavian one was my favorite.
Is there an American one where it describes a person wearing headphones and glasses and a hoodie?
No. I could add it, I guess.
I could change that. Delaware, yeah. This is Delaware, this area. So this thing comes from the Delaware type area. So it's American based. Animal shapeshift. So can change into any medium to small animal, aka a squirrel. What else can he do? He has to have some kind of charm because he leaves people to death. Death charm. This is going to be a mental check. He's only 7 because he's a level 3, so he's not going to go super hard.
What if it got higher the more of them you found? Like if they were in a pack?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like they get weaker as you start picking them off, but when they're all together, they they get really hard to resist.
Larger packs of 5 or more have a mental check of 10 to resist.
That or just +1 for each creature, whichever's
No,
easier.
because if you get more than like 8, you're now talking you're over 12, so
Yeah.
people can't reach it. That's the problem with. Well, I mean, you run into this with nuts. It's the problem with having one through.
Well, that's why I have Spear, his little poking stick.
Well, he could have a standard attack of Spear.
Okay, that works.
Spear, which does 1d6 points of damage. It's going to be a light spear.
But when there's 5 of those little guys running around.
Wow, I mean, you only get one action. You start having multiple of these things, they have multiple actions now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just all those little needles going in. Bunch of little D6s.
But let's some kind of fire attack. Well, it does have alter form, so it has animal shapes, so it can change shapes. So maybe he can cast. Maybe they're fire elementalist. And with that, it uses their power die, which is 1d8 arcane damage. So they're fire elementalists, which means that they would have the same capabilities as a fire elementalist. Hey, Gleeful Kraken.
Sharp sticks. So when you say arcane damage, does that mean it's going straight to the arcane pool, or
No, it still goes to your health pool.
Okay.
The only time that abilities go directly to the pool, they'll say goes directly to the pool.
All right.
Which I think I have. I did that last night. One of them. Curious now. I'm having a hard time remembering, to be honest.
The little fuzzy from yesterday.
A little bit. Oh, here it is.
He had entirely too many margaritas.
Luna Stop from the blowhorn. You have to make a physical check. If not, you take 1d12 arcane damage direct to the arcane pool. Now, arcane directed damage to the arcane to a pool does not get a damage to bonus. So you're not taking plus 12 plus 1d12. You're just taking the 1d12. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's just 3 abilities. All right. This guy is the Tokoloshi. It's Japanese, I'm pretty positive, if I remember correctly. The Nuji method, yeah, so it is Japanese. They're dwarf-like water spirits that cause trouble, often blamed for varying misfortunes, including illness, death, and even murder.
A water spirit, is that what you said?
Yeah, water spirit. I know the image doesn't really show him as a water spirit.
So do we want to lean towards the water spirit or lean
it's
towards
not.
the picture?
It's a South African creature.
Oh,
I misspoke. Let's lean towards. I mean, the picture is pretty accurate. The location's not so accurate.
so is he just like his body's just been in the water too long and he's super gross looking when he crawls out?
Yeah, that's a possibility. On my end, Twitch got too laggy. Switch to YouTube. It's much better. Why is Twitch laggy?
Because Twitch is lame.
Why is Twitch laggy? That bothers me. It is laggy. What is causing that problem?
Just
I'll
Twitch
figure it out
being
later.
Twitch? Or...
It's just Twitch being Twitch, I guess. Though YouTube has its problems too. Okay. Looks like all right, so this monster is a water spirit. Water spirit monster. What if he's a one well first level 6. What do you think? A level 6. He's fairly large.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like that's a doorway, so he's not small.
He seems kind of small. Well, I guess he is crouching down though.
He's crouching down. What if he's like a blood mage? Like he has the ability to like control water in your blood.
Could make you move around and attack your own allies, or just hurt.
So all right, so level 6 is fairly good then if he's got that kind of power. On average, he does 30 points of health. Yeah, this guy's tough. Cool points. Let's see. £11 pool. His average damage is 1d12 plus 1d4. His damage
It's
bonus.
Jacob.
Oh, Jake's here.
What's up, Jake?
Hey, Jake.
You ready
his
for some easy
damage
D6
bonuses,
tonight?
You should be. It's not hard.
He gets nervous when I give him new games to run.
I don't know why. You don't
I
give
know,
him
he's the
hard
pro.
ones. The hard ones, you have the people come in and do them for him.
Yeah, that's why we haven't played Transformers, because I'm not going to be able to get anybody to run that.
I'll run it.
It's
Poorly,
a big book.
but I'll run it.
I should learn how to do it. I don't know how complicated it actually is and how much of the book's just fluff.
I really am upset that the sun is glaring in my light, but that's okay. What am I to do? It's natural thing. I can't control it.
Close
all
the
right.
curtains.
So I don't have curtains on that window. Or I
No,
would.
hang your hoodie on it.
I wish I could. I'll run it.
You'll run Transformers? Oh boy.
I'll run anything once. I'm pretty much the same way. I'll run anything once. You know what I won't run again? Is Lord of the Rings. The free league version. Not gonna run it again. Had a bad experience, won't run it again.
It's 290 pages, Jacob.
Well, I mean, Ironbound's 150.
It's true.
It's not really that big. It's just a lot of reading. Standard attack, he has claws, or at least that's what it looks like. So we're gonna do 2d6 for his claws damage, physical damage. Let's see. He has 4 abilities.
Boston.
On record, him saying he'll run anything once. Sign me up for Boston Marathon. Yeah, you guys can go do that yourself. I'll come down and cheer you on. It's not far from me.
Throw
I'll
water
come
at
down and I'll come down, throw water at you, and cheer you on, and wear a T-shirt with your names on it. I'll do that for both of you. All right, so he's going to have a blood control attack, which allows it's a mental check, physical check, because it's blood, not mental. Physical check of say 8. On failure, the creature controls the player next action. That sounds pretty good to me.
I'm going to send Jacob the character sheet for the Transformers so he can see what he's getting into. Let's see.
Lee, you're the leader of the group tonight. Oh, Captain, oh, Captain.
Yeah.
I'm just a scruffy old soldier. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, because you probably don't, we're going to be playing Skrat, myself, Great Mustache, and Glee are going to be playing in Easy D6 over on Avenue Studios, and Jacob's running it. Jacob's from Avenue Studios, so and I just realized most of you can't actually see this conversation because some of you are in
Twitch,
and Twitch, and I should be clicking on it so that you guys can actually see this conversation, because I have not figured out where I'm going to put chat yet on this layout. I mean, I could do it down here, I suppose. Let me do that. So people can see what's going on. There we go. I'm a disgraced general going to have for similar vibes.
to Ambessa from Arcane. Oh,
This light is really bad.
now, are you going to be? Ambessa was. That was Lady's mom, right? The giant of a woman.
I think so.
Gonna be a bad
Victory by any means necessary type. Oh,
Ah.
great. Lee and I are going to argue again.
Ah! Well, she's gonna be like Ambessa. She'll put you down again. So is this gonna be the new thing instead of Jacob killing you? It's gonna be Glee.
It's going to be Glee.
And Jacob will just help make it happen. They'll be like, "Well, I didn't kill you. Glee did."
No, I didn't do it.
I just
so-
conveniently put a nice dagger in her path to find to stab you.
So
with.
he has blood control. What else should he have? He has 4 different abilities. He has blood control. He can produce. No, I don't want to produce water. He can do a water spout attack. I saw the character conflict already. I want you guys to RP it.
I guess I need to follow up on the chat. What's going on over here? I don't see none. What you talking about? Conflict?
I'm a ex-soldier who wants to debating about going back into the military. All right, water spout. It is a water attack. So it's arcane damage. It does 1d12 points of arcane damage. What else can he have? Poisonous bite. And poisonous doesn't exist as a word. So let me actually correct that. Poisonous. Help if I spell it right. Poisonous bite that causes 1d8 physical. I spelled physical wrong again. Damage. Plus 1d6 arcane poison damage. I can't look at chat. It's really bothering me.
Yeah, miss nothing. Dude Glee saying woo.
All right.
I got you covered on chat.
All right. And I need one more. What do you think? Does he have does he have invisibility? Does he hide?
Well, let's see. Player's next action, arcane damage. So if he's water, so I had this creature and I wanted to redo this for the Avenue Studios Monster in May thing. So Jacob, close your ears. But first campaign I did, there was a creature that was water based because they were in this dungeon that had there was a fire section, a water section, and a like naturey grass section. So the water section, the creature, there was a lot of water stuff in it, but they could also just dive into solid ground like it was water. Like they would dive down and they'd see it ripple. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Ooh, that's a cool idea. Matter. Wait. Ooh, thank you for following, Great Mustache.
Oh,
you weren't following me already?
I did, Jacob. It's all spoiled. Ah.
Matter. Matter. What do we want to call it? I like the idea. Matter transference. Matter like
Displacement.
Displacement. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Able to use their movement to vanish into the ground as though it was water. Oh, you don't even get on Twitch these days. Yeah, that's fine. I could have sworn you're following me on YouTube though, I think. All right. This guy looks like a dragon, but he can't be a dragon because dragons in my world don't exist for the way that they're made. The Kangamato is mythology. Is a large mythical creature from Africa folklore. Breaker of boats, overturner of boats. Kangamato described a large reddish creature with leathery wings, devoid of feathers, and a long, thin tail. Some accounts mention a wingspan of 4 to 7 feet and a body length of 4.5. African tribal stories tell the creature attacking people on rivers and overturning the canoes, hence the name Kagamato. All right, so he flies. That's one thing already. I don't think he's a level 7 though. I initially thought he was a level 7. I think he's going to be like a level 4.
Really?
Yeah, he's not like
How big is he?
I don't think he's that big. I think he's
Okay.
well. I mean, you heard what they said. His wingspan was only 4 to 7 feet long. That's not that big. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the picture, like he's bigger than
yeah, his
trees in the
picture
picture.
is big, but I'm not using these pictures in the book. They were just
Yeah.
there for like
Inspiration.
mhm.
Yep. All right. So, okay.
Let's
Yeah,
make him a
4's
level
good.
4. So that would make his health be calculating 21 on average. I have to up these levels on the health. I don't know. We'll see. His pool is 1d10 plus 3.
Good.
And mind you, people, I'm gonna go through and all of these powers and stuff, they're all going to have a pool point cost. So these things can't do these abilities forever. They do
But what
have
if?
a limitation.
What if they did though?
That would be unfair to the players.
Well, we don't want that.
9. Wow, some of us do, Skrat. I've seen the way you DM.
I am fair and balanced.
Average damage is 6, 1d10. Yeah, 1d10 points of claw damage makes sense for that thing. His damage bonus is 6. Target number of 8. Damage reduction of 7.
I was telling Glee, I think it was Glee earlier, about how I have a really bad habit of setting players on fire and burning them with acid and Easy D6. My Easy D6 GMing has a very high kill count, whereas everything else I run
Really?
most times players live. Yeah. Those
Why?
because well, it started off because I was messing up the karma thing. I kept
Okay.
forgetting or missing the fact that okay, if it's a magic attack, they can't use karma. Like that really helps balance things out. Like if you're
Yes, it does.
struggling to do some damage. So I was oh gosh, severe storm alert. Okay. So the only option I had other than just basic physical attacks or whatever that they could use karma on, it's like, oh well, I can set them on fire or do something like acid damage. So but then they have to do a miracle save or they just keep burning every turn. So yeah, they got into a fight one time. It was
I could just see Glee saying, "You got the alert too. Looks fine outside." Peeking your head out when a tornado just suddenly picks up the house or something.
we get those all the time. But there was a boss they went to one time. Big snake spit some acid on him, wiped the whole party. Just
Oh my lord!
except for one guy survived.
I personally don't think Easy D6 is that deadly of a game.
If you start using miracle saves, they can die very quickly. Like
Yes,
they can go down.
because miracle
And the
saves
magic.
kind of suck. Like the
They're
brute
hard.
having a miracle save on 6 is uber
Well,
hard.
it's all, isn't it? Or
No, 5 is
most
the
of them are
standard.
6.
Nope, standard is 5.
Really?
Yep,
We're
I
about to
know.
check.
Trust me.
We're about to check. So
Go ahead.
warrior, the miraculous
Is
save is 6.
yep.
Warden is 6.
Oh,
Delver
okay. I thought the
6.
warden was 5.
Brute is 6. The rascal is 6, but he gets to roll 2 dice. Conjurer 6. I'll say I think everybody's 6. No, the friar, he has 5.
Okay.
And so does the scald. So yeah, I would say that's like those are supposed to be really bad situations too, right? Like rocks are falling.
So what you're saying is you just put your players in really bad situations.
Well,
Right?
it was either damage they would 99% avoid or 99% kill them. I couldn't figure out the in between. Oh.
I'll go bring in the cats. All right.
Yeah.
So, and how many abilities does this thing have? This thing has 3 abilities. One of them is fly. Light. Can use its movement to fly instead of moving, instead of walking or whatever it does. All right. I don't want it to blow fire because that would be a dragon.
What about if it blew stanky breath that's full of acid? Speaking of,
that's still a dragon.
all right.
Let's give it it turns around boats and stuff like that, right? So what if we give it a dive bomb attack, a fiery dive bomb attack where it turns into fire as it dives down?
Well, I was on the same brain wavelength there with the diving, but I was thinking of the warriors like free charge ability they get. You could give them something like that. Basically functions the same, but you attribute it to the wings, and that way they can cover maybe more distance, but definitely more terrain, different heights, and I'm not sure what the bonus of that would be other than movement. Maybe they just like they could pin you
on the attack.
That, or they could also pin you though to the ground when they swoop you.
On success, they can auto grapple.
Yeah, I'll say that's like swooping down on you, and then the whole jaw just like.
I was thinking the claws. They just dive down with the claws and grab a hold of you.
Yeah, smash you down.
Smash you down. That's a pretty cool one. It's gonna blow fire. I mean, look at that mouth. Well, what if it has? They taste so good. Cats? I think Jacob's in a weird mood. I think we're in danger.
Yeah, I need a name for my character tonight. I'm gonna call him Scotty for DM Scotty.
Character's kind of crazy looking. Is he actually crazy, or does he just look crazy?
Oh, he's crazy. Y'all will see why.
What about Lenny?
Lenny, I could go with a Lenny.
If it turns boats over, maybe a wind blast attack. Ooh, it flushes its wings. I like that. Creepy.
That way, if you're on the
weird to say,
you could find these guys in high altitude places, like on bridges or something.
Wing blast.
Blow you off.
Uses its powerful wings to create high velocity wind gusts that cause 1d10 points of damage and causes target to roll physical check. Spelling physical wrong again. Of a not 8 to avoid being thrown prone. Cat window is on backwards, Loy. I just closed the screen instead. You are feeling spicy tonight. I think we're in trouble.
Well, there goes the siren again.
Yeah. I don't know what that's like. I don't have to deal with that.
It's annoying.
All right, so now we're at Abdi's or Abdi's or D's nuts.
These
However you want to
nuts.
say it. So this is it could be the creature here, or the actual legend as that they're the fireflies cause this damage.
Oh, that's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. What if it's like these fireflies that are swarms of fireflies that actually burn you from the inside out?
And then turn you into a monster.
Exactly. Maybe they're plagued infested fireflies. I like that idea. Plague.
So now you got to make two
infested
monsters. You got to make the fireflies, and then
fireflies.
what they turn, the thing they make.
Right. The weather is just mood lighting for now, for tonight. It's better than having sun in your eyes. Well, the good news is during Avenue Studios, the sun will be down, so I won't have this problem.
That's true.
Plague infested fireflies. They're definitely a level 4 or 5, or maybe a 6.
The
What if they're a
fireflies or what they
6?
make?
No, the fireflies. What they make is going to be a lot lower. Maybe like a
Okay.
2. Let's do 6. Which means because they're a swarm. So they're swarm. So they're harder to kill. So they're like 30 points of hit points. I'm actually going to make them weaker on the power. They're actually going to be the next level down on the power, which is 9. Average damage done is a D12. 1d12. Damage bonus 7. 9 and 8. 9 and 8. How many abilities do they get? I think they get 4. They get 4. So one of them is to self-sacrifice. Half the swarm flies into the mouth of the target, causing mouth of the target. Target must make a. Would this be mental check or arcane check to avoid?
They're just trying to fly into you, wouldn't it? Just be
Wouldn't
physical.
Physical, I guess. Physical check.
Because it depends on how you say it. Like, are you trying to stop them from coming in, or they've already come in and now you're trying to resist it? So
half the swarm flies into the mouth. This reduces the life of the swarm to half of the current HP. But target will need to make an arcane check next turn or suffer 1d12 arcane damage. Fire. That's a powerful thing. How do you get that out of you once it's in you?
It's too late. Just you toast.
You're pretty much toast. We'll call it fire spriting. They
What
individual.
if you fail to save, or what if they go in you and you like pass the save, but they still burned you, and then your attacks have fire damage for the rest of the fight to make up for that vicious blow you took.
It's not. Well, should we lower the physical check so it happens less?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
A life
Hey,
of the swarm.
I might put these creatures against you guys, so you might want to pay attention. We'll make it 7. That way it's easier to avoid.
I feel like poor Poe would roll that with a disadvantage, being a mushroom and all. He's a little flammable.
Individual Adiza dive bomb with fire causing 1d10 arcane fire damage. All right, so these things, they swarm, and then once they're swarming at you, they start dive bombing and hitting you with fire. Exactly. Create minion. I guess I'll call it create minion for now. After what, 4 rounds, you think, or 5 rounds?
That you're getting pelted with?
No, of them being inside you.
Oh. I don't know. Like, rounds take a while, so.
They do. I think I'm going to go 5 rounds. 4 rounds. After 4 rounds of being infected by the, these say, target will need to make a very hard arcane check of 11 or become a DZ minion. All right. That's 1, 2, 3, 3. We need one more. Swarming blindness.
What if they were like the firebomb things from Final Fantasy, where they could just explode? Massive damage, but then they're all toast.
I was thinking at this. Well, that's kind of what the fire. Oh, yeah. I guess that would be a good idea.
But it has to be done when they have a full swarm. So, like, imagine. I guess you could flavor it every time they take damage. That's the swarm shrinking.
How about we do it instead of like not full swarm, but they have to have full power pool.
It's like if they're first in the initiative, they can use that attack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they use any ability, it's going to use power pool.
Yeah.
So, what should we call it?
Start off with a bang.
Kamikaze.
Okay, that works too.
I spelled
Oop.
kamikaze.
I'm sorry, Cat. I just kicked you right in the face.
As long as the disease's power pool is full, then it can use this ability to explode. Targets within 15 feet or 10 feet.
15. It's kind of a rare thing, right? They got a
Right.
top of the list.
Must make
Kaboom.
a physical check of, let's say, 10. That's a hard one. To take half damage of the explosion. So you still take damage no matter what. Explosion causes 2d12 arcane fire damage. Ooh, hear that thunder.
Yeah, boy.
Kamikaze. All right, it's 6:30. We got wow. We went through quite a few.
We did.
I want to get to these guys, the Night Gaunts.
Which ones? Oh, yeah.
They're swarming. They're kind of like the whole mythos is they actually attack your dreams, and they're dream attackers, so they actually like kill you in your sleep type thing.
So this is a fight random encounter when you rest for the night.
Mm-hmm. These guys look cool too. The kappa.
Yeah. That's a Japanese one, isn't it?
That is a Japanese
one,
yes. I'd like to get all of these done eventually. The next two are demon oriented. We have Bariva, which is an Indian demon. And then we have Rakasha, which is a Hindu demon.
Let's say he sounds familiar. I feel like I know that one.
Yeah, he is familiar. And what's interesting is even though you're watching this right now, all of these are going to have a Plaguebound version, which is going to be tougher and harder. So they're all going to have a plagued version, because that's the whole thing. I'm going to have every monster in the book is going to have a regular version and a plagued version.
I want to do the Croc. He looks so cool.
You want to do? Let's do the Croc before we leave, then.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean right now.
I have no ideas for him. So
I want him to be massive. He's up there, man.
Because he was an image I got off an image site, so I don't have a name for him. What should we call him?
TBD, to be determined.
What level do you think he is? He's a big croc.
He's going to be up there like 8
he's
going to be
10. Up there like 10. Let's make him a level 10.
All right.
I am going to be determined croc, just so I can. We'll just call him a sand crocodile for now.
And he's level 10 mostly because of his size. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so I'm going to make his power pool low, but his health high.
Yeah.
So we're going to give him a high health. So his health is 44 average.
And I'm thinking, you did say you didn't have a desert biome, but we'll pretend you do. We'll pretend you do. And the idea here is just a whole bunch of nothing out there. And you know this guy is out there, but he's like that big sandworm concept. You can't see it coming. You're out there in the It is. You're just out there in the desert, and all of a sudden the ground starts shaking, and he comes out of the sand, and you're just like, well, crap. So,
unless Jacob's put in a desert that I don't know about in the map, because Jacob's making the map. I didn't give him a thing to make a desert, so I'm not sure if he did.
Jacob put a desert in.
I accidentally picked the wrong thing. The crocodile looks cool. Yeah, the croc does look cool. All right. So I'm going to leave his power pool at 9, but his average damage is going to be level 10, which is 2d12. So he's going to make a 2d12. His damage bonus is going to be high because he's big. He hits hard.
Massive.
So 12. He's going to be a little bit easier to hit. I'm going to make him a 9.
Yeah.
Because
So
he's big. He's massive.
Yep.
But his damage
got a lot to
reduction
work
is
through.
actually going to be higher than he's going to be a level 14. He's going to have 14 damage reduction because he's thick-skinned. So, and the number of abilities he has is 7. Though he can only use a few of those because he doesn't have that much power. And he has a standard attack bite. But this standard attack is going to be 2d12 points of damage. Standard attack, standard bite attack, 2d12 physical. All right. What do you think of his abilities? He has 7 of them there. So we got to come up with 7 of them.
Well, I got an idea for one, but I can understand why we might not do it because it can be unfun for the player. But I was thinking he has some kind of lunge big chomp thing, and it comes down, and if the player fails it, it's just instant. They're not dead, but the party has so many turns to kill this boss and cut that player out of him.
Is that better, Blaze? Can you read it better now? Let's give him what we call. Let's give him a free grapple. So an auto grapple. That's what on bite he gets an auto grapple, and then he can do a roll attack.
Like roll over everybody.
So auto grapple on a successful bite attack. So that's one ability, and then he can on his next turn he can do what we call a roll attack, where he the sand crocodile rolls through the sand, causing. This one's going to be tough too. This one's going to take a lot of damage because you're rolling.
Getting squished. I got another idea when you get done with that one.
Next one.
All right. So this was one I gave a big sand bug in another campaign we did. He'd do what are those things called, Glee? The ant lions or whatever, where they make the pit and they just draw things down in towards it. So he's like the big sand croc. So basically he just vibrates and he pulls everybody in because the sand's sinking down towards him.
Okay, so sand pit.
Yeah, and then what you could say that's now rough terrain. So getting out of that will consume all
sand around the sand crocodile starts
vibrating,
filtering, not filtering. Yeah, I guess vibrating. causing creatures in a 20-foot radius, or should it be 30?
That depends. So I'm thinking it pulls them in till they're basically touching him. And then
So
to get out, it's rough terrain. So whatever the average movement is, that rough
yeah,
terrain would
20,
eat all of that. And that would just
20
put them
feet.
like on the edge of it. So
20 feet. So that
Okay.
would actually take double movement to get out of it.
yeah.
And it would
That's
cost you
bad.
2 action points because rough terrain would be 1 action point, and then to double move it would be 2.
That's the idea. Like it's real hard to get out of, and you got to spend all your
To
resources just
be
to get away.
pulled directly to the sand croc. Land becomes difficult terrain in that 20-foot radius. All right, so sand pit. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. So we have 4 more. Tail whip. He has to have a tail whip. This one will only do 1d12 points of damage. What else? He has a bite attack. He has damage. What if he does a stomp to cause people to go prone? So not only it's difficult terrain, but then he could stomp and cause them to fall prone. Now that's
Tail
too
thump.
much.
I say if you might, even if you took damage away, like if you just made everybody prone, they just get right back up. So
Ground swimming. Again, he has the ability to swim through the ground. That's got to be
now, if he could thump the ground and bite somebody in one go, that way whoever was knocked prone would, they'd take more damage or crit or however it works. But
yeah, but his bite's really deep.
it is.
2d12 is a lot, even for a level 10. All right, so ground, tail whip, vibrating sand, roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more. They could be to be determined. 2 more abilities to be determined. All right, so what we're all saying is 30 years from now, when 30 years from the date that you guys face the next end of this current campaign, I'm going to make you guys all be in a desert and have to face a sand croc.
Hey, you know what else is in the desert?
What's that?
Pyramids. And I like pyramids.
I think that's going to be good for now. I still need to eat dinner before we stream on Avenir Studios.
You got about an hour, a little under.
Yeah. So let's call that there today. And hopefully we can do some more later. Thank you guys all for being here. I know there's quite a few of you on right now. I appreciate it. We're gonna call that for today. I'm not going to raid anybody or anything like that. We're just gonna call it done. Thank you, Skrat, for being here. You guys have a wonderful night, and hopefully come watch us on Avenue Studios at 8:30 is when we're going live.
8.
Meeting up at 8. Okay, so we're meeting up
meet
at
up at 7:30.
Okay,
Go live at 8.
So,
Yep. Pretty
8.
sure.
So we're gonna go live at 8 on Avenue Studios. So go watch us on there. I'm playing a brute soldier who not sure he wants to be a mercenary anymore. Skrat, you're playing a crazy magic
Well,
user
we're
of
making
some sort.
mine. We're making mine on stream to show how
Yeah, but
easy it is.
you're
But I
doing a
got
magic user, right?
I got it. Yeah, I wanted to pick a conjurer because I haven't got to do that. So working that into the setting was a little difficult, but I think I figured it out.
And then Glee's playing a captain of some sort. Probably, I'm assuming a scald, or did you have a great night, Creep? Thank you for becoming part of the community. All right. Let's call it there. You guys have a nice night. I'm getting hungry. Talk to you all later.